We have another injury update. Mainoo will be out for 4 weeks, and this is something sad. This is something we were not expecting. During this international break, when these players withdrew from the international duty, I already felt that they were not fit enough. Actually, something was ongoing because Garnacho also was withdrawn, and Mainoo too was also out from the international duty, and then I just felt that they were injured, and maybe they didn't know the extent of the injury, so they didn't want to make it publicly. Now it has been said Mainoo will be out for 4 weeks, and that still draw us back to the questions we keep on asking concerning this medical team. There was a time Shaw made an interview and was also like the FA Cup final. Also, he was not ready, but the medical team passed him fit and said he could play and the rest. And that still draws us, but this medical team needs to be looked into. Yes, they need to look into it and be able to provide us nothing but the best medical team. We cannot be recording this huge number of injuries. Last season the same thing, this season the same thing. What is actually happening? What is the medical team doing? Because this one, we cannot put it on the coach. This blame goes directly to the medical team because they have to pass a player very fit. These young players are always angry for the ball. They always want to play. So this due diligence job lies in the hands of the medical team. We cannot put much of the blame on the coach. We cannot do that because the coach is not a medical person. It's left onto the medical person to determine which player is fit and which player is not fit. So if the medical team passes these players fit, then we have to go back and relook at this medical team. We are recording the same number of injuries we have last season, and that doesn't look good for Manchester United. That is why even the beginning of this season, I keep on advocating that this medical team, they have to take a second look at it. They have to take a second look at it because the injury list was too much. And it has repeated again this season. And that still confirmed what I still say, that the medical team, they need to do a lot of scrutiny in the medical team. Because I can't explain, or they cannot give us a concrete reason why such high number of injuries keep on occurring each season in and out. It needs to be looked at. That is my stand. Because if a team is having this huge number of injuries, definitely it will have an impact in your game plan. That is what we need to talk about. Lenny Yoro came. He didn't even start the season. He is down with injury. And we hope he recover much fast to fill in the space. Maguire too is down with injury. The injury list keeps on piling and piling. It keeps on piling and piling, which does not sound good for Manchester United. Actually, we have to actually take a look at this, our medical team. They should find out what is actually causing all these injuries. If it actually needs for them to change medical team, then they should do it. We are not the only club, so we cannot be recording this high number of injuries in our team. Not only old players, young players too are also getting that same number of injuries. And that does not look good for the team. If whether at the start of the season, middle of the season, ending of the season, having a high number of injuries does not favor a team. And they have to investigate into it. And with regards to Paul Pogba interview, as he made it known that in 2019 he actually wanted to leave Manchester United. He informed Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, who said he will help him speak to the board to make sure that they facilitate his exit. Actually, in the process, Edward blocked the move for him not being able to go. And I just think it's not right. If a player don't want to play for you, no matter what you do to make sure that that player is in the club, the player will always only bring nothing but distraction, because the player will not play with their heart in the team. So I think at that particular move, that was a wrong move. Yes, in the first place, it was actually a wrong move for them bringing him back to the club. Then when he wants to go, they are still blocking it. It's totally wrong. Yes, the player will not play with their hearts there. And those people who were actually saying when his band was reduced that Manchester United should bring him back to the club, they should draw their chair closer and listen. Somebody who grew up from the academy, left the club, come back to the club, still not able to achieve anything. What makes you think that if Manchester United bring him back this time, he will actually achieve something for the club? And for them blocking his move in 2019, I would say it was unfair from Manchester United board as that time part. If a player don't want to stay and actually wants to go, let the player go. The player will only remain a distraction in the team, in the teammates, in the dressing room, in the pitch, everywhere. He will not be playing with his heart. And if you are in a place where your heart does not belong, how do you give your best? That is the question. So actually, if 2019, as he said, he wanted to leave, and then Edward blocked it, it was not fair. Yes, it was not fair, and they only pulled the guy backwards as the same as the club. You were not doing Pogba a favor, you were not doing the club a favor. You were rather messing things up for the club. And that is unprofessional of Edward. And with it, people, when his ban was reduced, people who don't even, I don't know whether those people actually watch football or they actually know what football is all about, are asking for Pogba for them to actually bring back Pogba to which place? When Ineos has already made it clear that they are not taking anybody according to certain age again, which their age threshold, Pogba has passed it, so there's no way they will sign such a player. They've not even heard this thing, and they were calling for him to come back to which place? Somebody who wanted to leave 2019. Actually, Edward didn't do the guy good and didn't do the club good. If he actually wanted to go on 2019, they should have allowed him to go. Now, Ineos have made another great changes at Manchester United. The Christmas party has been cancelled at Manchester United. A lot of people will be excited like the way I am. This Christmas party, I don't see why it should hold. You only celebrate when you win. You don't win, so how do you celebrate? The team is actually struggling. So all these things are costs that have been put on the club, and it gives them high cost. They pay a lot for unnecessary things, and they actually cutting down that particular aspect will save them from certain expenditure. And I think it's kudos, they have done well by cutting down those irrelevant expenditures at Manchester United. They actually need to strike those things down, yeah, in order for them to see what they actually want and stay focused. Those that are necessity, they get it. Those that are not necessity and they can actually live without it, they can actually take them off. They should, like this Christmas party, they have just striked off. In case they begin to win trophies, they actually need to celebrate. They can organize something even much bigger and better for them. But for now, they don't need those things. They don't need those parties. Yes, because right now the club is actually struggling and they need to find the best possible solution for this. And cutting off these courses will actually help the club in a way to go forward. And I am really happy about that. With all these changes happening, we have nothing to say than to say this new management actually is heading on a positive direction, and we hope to see what it holds for us. I will actually like to end my video here, and thank you so much for always supporting this platform. Please don't forget to like, share and comment, and if you still have not subscribed to my YouTube channel United Extra, please do well and subscribe. And thank you so much. See you in my next video. Bye for now.